Anna, so let's hop straight into the game. And we have here in the bottom right-hand corner, guys, spawning as the green ZvZ player, currently teamless. Let's see if he can produce an even better result than top 12 here. Lots on the line. Like you mentioned, the prize money's fantastic. It is Sleep. But he's running up against a pretty formidable opponent in the top left of the map here, representing MJ Team, guys. We have Bboong.
Getting better, man. Like
slick, man. I like it.
It's really tough sometimes to like coordinate it.
No, it was really slick. I like that.
It's been a while since I really observed too, because over at where I usually work, I know Greetorp usually handles observing, and I'm not allowed to touch it. So I usually just sit there.
Place.
No, it's kind of like on main stage. You know how Tasteless doesn't really have to like. For those of you who don't know, on main stage, one of the monitors you just literally can't do anything. You just sit there and watch.
Yep, that's
and
right.
the other one you can handle. You can control at your leisure.
Which
you can
makes it difficult sometimes, because if you're in a game with like a lot of stuff going on all around the map, if the second computer also is in the game as well, even if it's not observing, it'd be nice to have like your screens on different places so both casters can see a whole bunch of stuff. But usually we make do with one, and it seems to be fine barring any technical difficulty. So both sides, not too out of the ordinary here, going for their pools first. And what a tense situation to be here, man.
That's right, guys. This is losers bracket round number 7. It's win or go home here at IPL 5. This is top 12 guaranteed, which is $1,000. They win, they move on, they play for top 8, $2,000, which they obviously can move up, and things scale pretty quickly from there. Now it is Ohana. This is Sleep's map choice. Sleep showing that he's the more roach-based player, that he's the more standard player. In fact, showing us a really throwback build, like a Roach Hydra, no infestor build, which we didn't see for a long time. I think he might return back to quick infestors though, if that's the case, because he did that in game number 1, and it worked out well.
It did, and yeah, I completely agree with you. I would not be surprised if we saw that out of Sleep here. Ohana, of course, a little bit of a smaller map compared to some of the other ones we have in the map pool, and the natural to natural distance isn't the biggest, so that does lend itself just a little bit to early game aggression. We do quite often, in fact, used to more than now, but we do see some Zergling Baneling aggression early on. But we should see that transition into early infestors, like you mentioned. Game number 1 worked very well for him here. Maybe it can pull him off the series win. Yeah, and mutas aren't as powerful on Ohana as a map like Daybreak. It's obviously with such a large, expansive map, mutas are great because of their mobility, because of the way they can poke. They're pretty safe, generally speaking. They have a lot of airspace you can fly. But just look, it's very difficult for mutas especially
to kind of
in
fly.
the main base.
Right, yeah. It's really difficult to fly between the main and the natural and not get caught, especially if you have an infestor just waiting for them. So don't necessarily expect the same strategy. Conversely, because it's a smaller map, high aggression, it's sometimes rewarded. Leenock is really good at those early Zergling Baneling trades and just getting so far ahead to the point where he recognizes an opening and he can just flat out kill his opponent. Now this is interesting here. We have a pretty quick Baneling nest coming down for Sleep at the moment, but no such shenanigans for Bboong. So let's see what he chooses to do with this. Last time we saw him not get the Baneling nest, he got a whole bunch of Zerglings out and then went straight for that Roach Warren. Let's see what happens in this particular game. First Lings for Sleep. Now moving out. He's just he's not going to be going a crazy number of Lings or anything like that. Just some to scout out in the middle of the map and establish that map control. And look, there we go. Just like we saw before, 20 Lings in production for Bboong. Yep, that's around 6 minutes is where you have to be very wary of any speedling attack. Normally you want to get a spine crawler up, and Sleep has been going defensive Banelings all throughout the game and comfortably droning up to the 40 mark. Now he is going to drop a Roach Worm, but that's not going to finish anywhere near in time if Bboong chooses to move out around now. And the Zergling does get in, and it sees a big swell of Zerglings, so Sleep knows what's coming. He's making 3 Banelings. He might want to make a couple more, but he also needs to squeeze in units. He's still making drones. 12 Zerglings in production in addition to those 3 Banelings, but Bboong has a lot of aggression coming out here. First Baneling detonates, not great, only picking apart a Zergling there, but what he's doing right now is buying time for the rest of his Lings to pop out. Great positioning on the ramp as well, trying to prevent Bboong coming in from the rest of these Zerglings. He has a lot of Zerglings out on the field, but they're not doing any damage right now. No, you know, I underestimated the power of how many Zerglings Bboong was going to make. I thought he was going to make more, but he went back into droning and went directly into a Roach Warren. So it was, you know, it was Zergling pressure. We've seen some Zergs, you know, try to really go into fast tech, fast layer off of this, and this just seems like what Bboong is trying to do here. And you know, he's actually at the Zergling disadvantage right now because Sleep kind of thought, you know, is he going to go for a huge all-in? Is he going to commit to this big attack? And he's not. And whoa, Sleep finding a small little opening before the Spinecrawler is able to finish, does pick off a lot of the Zergling and shuts down Bboong's ability to really hold off his pressure.
And if he gets the Queen as well, this could be fantastic. Oh, and a couple of Banelings moving in, and the drones walking straight towards a good split there. But, oh, a couple of drones going down. Not too many, 5 at the moment, but the Zerglings are left here to mop up, and that's really going to be a huge damage here. Finally, we have some Roaches popping up from Bboong, but still, the Lings are able to get out. The current worker supply at the moment, by the way, guys, is 33 all, so things are equalizing just a little bit here, but that was a really, really nice poke in from Sleep.
Well, he also killed 2 Queens. It's just so
yeah, that's
huge.
so big.
Yeah, no, it shuts down the ability to protect the ramp, shuts down their ability to, you know, get the injects, and larva cycles really stack. They really compound upon each other and gives large advantages to those who can keep up their injects throughout the entire game. Now we do see that we hit like an important crossroads. What is Sleep going to choose to do? Is he going to try to go, you know, capitalize on his advantage by continuing to be aggressive? Is he going to just expand and keep teching up? Looks like he's going to catch some of these units though for free. Oh,
very
no.
nice surround on those Roaches there, and Sleep is going to use his own Roaches to mop this up. Great positioning there on those Zerglings, and Bboong getting caught completely off guard.
Bboong was in a terrible position, man.
How
is he going to be able to hold off this huge swell of units? His Roach Warren is also incredibly exposed.
Oh, and that's a lot of Banelings morphing in from Sleep now at the natural ramp of Bboong. So this aggression is about to get very, very serious indeed. Morlings and Roaches reinforcing this. Let's take a look at production chat just to check. Yeah, just more Zerglings popping in from Sleep at the moment. He is looking to get very, very aggressive. And here we go. The Banelings leading the charge straight up the ramp, blowing into everything. Not the greatest hits there, but there's just so much DPS here that it might not matter. Sleep continuing to stream units in. More Zerglings, Banelings, and Roaches. And wow, that's a lot of explosions, man.
GG. Sleep recognizing an opportunity to strike, opening the gap into a giant chasm and able to take the win there. 2-1. Sleep advances to the top 8. Congratulations, as now he has secured $2,000 and a pretty